Hey guys, Mike here, and today we're pitching the 4th generation iPad, the one launched during the fall of 2012, to the 3rd generation iPad, unveiled just a couple of months before. As an iPad 3 buyer who gave Apple hundreds of dollars for their top tablet half a year ago, I was feeling a bit furious when they released a newer and faster model so soon. Still, I went ahead and bought the 4th generation iPad as well, so I can tell you all what to expect from the two. Aesthetically, these slates are nearly identical. They pack 9.7-inch Retina displays, come with aluminum unibody cases and glass-covered front faces, available in black or white. Having one next to the other, you'll hardly be able to tell exactly which one is which, because the two also have the same overall shape, the same port placement, and so on, so they are pretty much identical twins. There are, however, a couple of things Apple changed on the newer iPad. We'll start with a minor tweak. The iPad 4 features a 720p HD front-facing camera, and you'll really see the improvement if you're using FaceTime or Skype a lot. However, the important upgrade lies inside, between the aluminum back and the screen, as the newer iPad is built on an Apple A6X hardware platform, which is a lot faster than the Apple A5X architecture we had on the 3rd generation iPad. The beefier CPU and GPU show their muscles in benchmarks, where the 4th generation iPad clearly outmatches its predecessor, as you can see in the next seconds. However, while performing various everyday tasks, the newer iPad is faster, but not significantly faster than the older one. In fact, we're talking about fractions of a second delays on the iPad 3 during casual use, and that's hardly noticeable even when having the two side by side. Have a look. The new Apple A6X hardware platform should show its muscles when dealing with games, but there aren't many titles right now that can rise to its potential. Yes, games load slightly faster on the iPad 4, but both tablets manage to run perfectly smooth all of the games I've tried on them. In time, we'll see more complex titles that would benefit from the faster graphics on the new iPad, but most releases will still work just fine on the iPad 3 as well. Besides this, the latest iPad packs a couple of other tiny tweaks. Apple improved the connectivity options, getting dual-band wireless on the iPad 4 and 4G LTE compatible with more areas and countries than before. The Wi-Fi speed gain isn't impressive, but it will prove handy in Wi-Fi congested environments like big offices or apartment buildings. Apple also replaced the older 30-pin connector on the iPad 3 with their new 6-pin Lightning connector on the 4th generation iPad, which is now more compact and reversible, thus easier to use. However, that means that you'll need an adapter in order to use the new iPad with your older accessories, and you'll have to pay extra for it as it's not included in the pack. And these are basically all the important differences between the 3rd and 4th generation iPads. The two tablets are still pretty much the same, as they pack the same Retina display and design, while both going for 8 to 10 hours of everyday use. Oh, and they both get warm on the bottoms when used for gaming or other intensive tasks, so I'd advise getting a case for them. In the end, I should add that you can get the latest iPad for $499 and up, while the previous version was completely discontinued, so you can only find it used on sites like eBay. As a wrap up, if you're in the market for the best iPad of the moment, you should clearly go for the iPad 4. It's pretty much similar to the model we saw back in spring, but it's slightly faster and adds a couple of minor tweaks and improvements. Are these, however, enough to make you switch the iPad 3 for the newer tablet? In my opinion, they're not. Considering that you'd sell the iPad 3 for about $350 on eBay, you still have to add at least $150 on top for the 4th generation, and the minor bumps you're getting aren't worth that. Plus, the iPad 3 is still a reliable tablet that can easily handle all of my everyday requirements, and by the time it will indeed become outdated, Apple would have released a bunch of other tablets anyway. On the other hand, if you just want to have the latest Apple iPad and don't mind spending the cash, then by all means go ahead. The iPad 4 is clearly the better pick between the two here, but I just don't think that the improvements are enough to justify an upgrade. And with that in mind, it's time to end this clip. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about the two Apple tablets, and I'll catch you guys soon. In the meantime, share this clip to your friends and subscribe to our channel. It's free and helps us carry on with our work here. Cheers!